he almost hit us.
Tu vas les tuer, ils sont en train de brûler le feu.
Ils sont comme ça, ils sont comme ça.
Tu vas le tuer.
Harris, y'all get. Yeah, what? Harris is not playing. What's going on?
Vas-y.
He about to get on and beat this boy.
Mais ils sont comme ça en groupe.
Look, his homeboys. Lord.
It's gang, this bicyclette is gang.
Oh, it's a bicycle gang?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, yeah, let's... Girls. Look, they're fighting. Uh-oh, wait till he get out the trunk. He getting something out the trunk. Look, he got a gun. Let's go. Yes, he does.
How gang?
The guy in the car has a gun. Yes. Y'all are wild in Paris. What is going on? What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Road Less Traveled. I'm your host, Kendra, and on this week's episode, my friend Marla and I are taking you on a 7-day adventure through Iceland, Paris, and London. Now, let me provide some context to this trip because it was extremely last minute and we purchased our flights only like 2 weeks in advance. Originally, we were only planning to visit Fairbanks, Alaska to chase the Northern Lights since it was peak season. But we soon discovered that the flight time was 18 hours plus on average and kind of expensive. So we decided to go with plan B, Iceland. Now, this was only a 6-hour nonstop flight from DC. It was still a prime location for the Northern Lights and it had the Blue Lagoon. Plus, we were able to find a deal through Play Airlines, which is a whole nother story in itself, child. I'll get to that later. But where we were able to fly to Paris round trip for under $800. And then we purchased a train ticket to London. Now, all of this was sounding amazing until right after we booked our non-refundable flights and discovered that a freaking volcano had just erupted in Iceland, tearing up the roads, causing evacuations, closing down the Blue Lagoon. And on top of that, we learned that Paris was basically bedbug city. It had a major infestation going on. Hello?
What's going on?
We clearly did not do our research.
I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done.
But we're pretty laid back people, so we having a good time either way. We out here. Now, as we boarded, it was definitely giving some European soul plane vibes, okay? I mean, there was no air circulating. It was just kind of hot. But once we took off, things did get better. So I was a little nervous coming into the trip because my ultimate goal was to catch the Northern Lights. But the forecast predictions were horrible for the days we'd be there. And I was so thirsty about seeing them, I'm over here harassing the flight attendants like, hey, are we going to be able to see them from the plane? Now, one of them did explain that it's possible we see it over Greenland, and she come and let me know. So y'all, I was sitting here praying the whole time, like, Lord, please let me see these Northern Lights. This is like bucket list for me. So then like an hour later, the flight attendant delivered the bad news and said, no lights for tonight. Your girl was super salty. But when I tell y'all less than 5 minutes later, I looked out the window and the Northern Lights were right there. Y'all, I startled the whole flight. I'm mashing the call button like, hey, y'all come turn these lights off in the cabin because I cannot see. They need to turn on the cabin light on. I'm sorry. Because I want to see him. I can't believe I just saw it from a plane. It was so beautiful, y'all. The video just doesn't do it justice. And unfortunately, with the glare on the screen, you can't really capture it, but you can at least get an idea. So we arrived in Reykjavik at 6 a.m., which was really 1 a.m. in DC time. And we were a little tired, but we were okay. However, upon arrival, Play Airlines decided to show us just how they got their name by playing in your face and losing your bags. Like, they lost Marla's bags. It's lost?
It's in Baltimore.
How? And this when I knew we done messed up. I just couldn't understand how you lose a bag for a nonstop flight. It ain't like we had to go somewhere and switch planes. Like, where did the bag go? So unfortunately, we just had to leave without Marla's bags. For now. We got in our little rental car, drove to our little hotel in downtown Reykjavik, which was only about 45 minutes away. But the aunties was definitely tired and we needed a little sleep at this point. And luckily, the receptionist was super nice, and she said she'd get us an early check-in around like 10 a.m. And in the meantime, she recommended that we check out this cute little bakery called the Sandhope, which was in walking distance. And the line was out the door, so I figured this had to be good. Now, if you don't learn anything else from this Iceland trip, y'all need to know that Iceland is kind of expensive. For example, all I ordered was a waffle, a little fruit compote, eggs, and some bacon, and this came up to $27. Yeah, my flappers were truly gasted, because how? After breakfast, we decided to stop at the Sun Voyager sculpture, which is one of Reykjavik's most iconic landmarks. And let me tell you what, it was very cold. And then after that, we stopped at another well-known landmark, which is the tallest church in Reykjavik, and it's called something I'm not really about to attempt to pronounce, but y'all see the name right here. And Marla says she's staying in the car because it was too cold. Now after that, we made our way back to our hotel and got checked in a little bit after 10. The room was clean, cute, and quaint. And then the aunties took a nap. Later that evening, we went out for a little stroll downtown, messed around, saw a little Piggly Wiggly, and grabbed a quick bite to eat. Now, this doesn't look the most appetizing, but it was actually pretty good. It was some kind of a grilled Arctic char with mashed potatoes and, I don't know, some other things. And that was day one. So initially, the Blue Lagoon had closed down the week of our trip due to the volcano. But luckily for us, they reopened the day we landed, and we were able to book our reservations. So we're off. Now, the drive was going pretty smoothly until we got stopped by the police due to the road closure that we had no clue about. So we started here in Reykjavik and got rerouted right here due to the volcano since it tore up the streets. And so instead of being able to just head down directly south to the Blue Lagoon, we now had to drive all the way around the island to come back up and reach the lagoon. So our 45-minute drive turned into 90 minutes. And let me tell you, the roads they had us driving down looked like desolation and despair, okay? But I'll show y'all that later. Now, just an FYI, pre-booking is essential for your visit to the Blue Lagoon. Their packages range from anywhere from $70 to $115. Also, here's a fun fact. The Blue Lagoon is not a naturally created hot spring. It's a man-made pool that's heated from the earth, but it also has residual heat from a power plant that's actually right next door. And you can see it while you're out there. Now, isn't that interesting?
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Now let me explain. I got to the Blue Lagoon and then I realized I forgot my flip-flops. So I go to the souvenir shop thinking I'm gonna get me a little $20 holla. I get in there and they charging $50 for these little 5 and below looking flip-flops. I said, y'all got to be out y'all mind. So I got a little innovative and I said I'm gonna put a little plastic bag tied around my ankle and I'm out here. Cause I'm not trying to get no athlete's foot. I made it work. So anyway, it was a little weird at first because it was extremely smoky and like foggy. And I've been to the Blue Lagoon before, probably about like 6-7 years ago. And I didn't remember it being this thick with like haze. I assume it's probably from the volcano, but that's not really a comforting thought. So. So our ticket came with a free silica mud mask at the mask bar, the use of a towel, and the first drink of our choice. I ended up getting some kind of blue slushy thing. I wish I would have recorded it, but it was really good. And the mask was cool too.
So, Marla, what's your thoughts on your experience? That's amazing. It's so relaxing. I'm trying not to fall asleep because I don't want to drown. But you know what, too? I feel as though it's a little scary because it is foggy and you cannot see, like, even, I don't even know.
We
like,
don't know what's out here.
Yeah. Right.
Somebody put on the water. You said, what is this? That was an animal?
I thought an animal was trying to attack me, y'all. Time to go. Overall, it was like an experience of a lifetime.
Blue Lagoon, we out here. Well, let's travel out.
We had a nice time out here in these streets. Now we back in the cold, the regular cold. What?
The ride back.
Oh my gosh, this ride back. This little dirt road they got us on is real. It's nasty work. Ain't that what the young children say? It's nasty work.
I had to put on the gospel music.
We had to listen to the gospel and call keep us, Lord. That road was no joke. So we're heading back. Yeah, but we had a great time. Bye. Okay, so let's get into this ride on the way back because I don't think the video is really capturing well enough just how nasty and ugly it was on these roads. I mean, they were very narrow. There was no line that was separating one side of traffic from the other. Everything around us was just dead. It was not a very nice drive. So we had to turn our little gospel music on, sing, and then I messed around and found a donut that I forgot about. I said, ooh, a little food therapy. Yes, won't he do it? And it was cool. We made our way back in good timing, and it was still light outside.
Lord. The highways and byways. Paved and unpaved. Ain't got no lines. Ain't no lines.
So later that evening, we checked out Reykjavik Kitchen, grabbed us a little bite to eat. I mean, they brought out these little crusty bread rolls that was given exactly what you probably think they given. And then she and I both had the salmon platter. Mine was a little deconstructed because I be doing extra stuff. But yeah, it was actually really good. The fish was great. And for dessert, we had a little chocolate brownie with pistachio ice cream. That was pretty cool too. Now, we planned on doing a Northern Lights tour that evening, but it was cloudy and the aurora forecast predictions were super low. So we said maybe next time. So now it's Monday morning and our flight leaves at 6 a.m. to get to Paris. It's only about a 3.5 hour flight, so it ain't too bad. Marla, how was your flight? You got enough leg room?
No.
Okay. Let's be clear.
Outlets were not working.
Oh yeah.
No.
No, they're non-existent. Ain't none.
Phone was horrible. This flight was. I was so tired that.
Yeah. But we made it.
Hallelujah.
So this is my very first time in Paris, and I was really excited to be there. Outside of the whole bed bug situation, because we were both a little on edge. But we ended up staying at this really nice hotel called Victoria Palace, and I would definitely recommend. It was very cute, really clean, put together really nicely, and there were no bed bugs, so what more could we ask for? So our very first stop came as a recommendation to us because it's a famous coffee house here in Paris. But to be honest, I really wasn't impressed. I mean, the atmosphere was cool, but the food was just lacking. We both got these little chicken BLT sandwiches, and I swear they put maybe like 2 little strips of chicken on each piece. It looked like a little adult Lunchable. I just wasn't feeling it. Not to mention, our server was pretty rude. I mean, I've heard that they don't really care for Americans in France, and if I don't really care for Americans was a person, it would have definitely been him. We out here at the Louvre, or however you say this museum. Louvre. Is it the Louvre? We got somebody there. Louvre. The Louvre. The Louvre. And this line is crazy. We'll go ahead and transition this around because, who is doing all that? Well, this is the line. Y'all have to find somebody else to do it. It's no way. And here's a close-up. I mean, the line literally wrapped around the building. Ain't no way. So we took a few photos and decided to head back so we could unwind and then get ready for dinner. But on our way back, we stumbled across this cute little crepe cafe. And you can't come to Paris and not get a crepe. Oh, you gonna put cream? Yeah. Okay. We got our crepes. Molly got one for $3.99. And how you like yours?
God is good.
Ain't he good?
I love it free.
Won't he do it? Oh yeah, and this is the part when the fight happens.
Look, they fighting.
I mean, we was just trying to get back to our hotel. We ain't want no problems. So after we drove away, our driver gonna try and tell me in Paris they don't allow guns on the streets like they do in America. So he's pretty sure he didn't have a gun. Whatever, I wasn't trying to find out. So later that evening, we decided to check out this cute little Italian restaurant called Caesar's Paris. And I was super excited about it because, y'all, they had Italian hibachi. Y'all ever had Italian hibachi before? Okay, it's not really called Italian hibachi, but I just kind of like the name. Haha. So he told me that he pours bourbon on top of this cheese wheel. Of course, he lights it on fire, gets the cheese all melty, and then adds my chicken, my pasta, other accoutrements, and voila, you have chicken Alfredo. Next stop, the Eiffel Tower.
bonjour.
The 2 words that we know. The 2 words, okay? I don't know what this is called. I don't know, but yeah, we out here. And that was day 3. Well, bonjour from Paris. We are up and at 'em early, y'all. We have a pretty packed day as we are going to be catching our train to London town and meeting up with Marla's friend Rupa. But first, we brunch. Alrighty, so Marla and I are out here. You can keep on looking. I don't want to interrupt your search. She's looking at the menu. We are here at Cozy, Cozy Basquet. I don't know how to say that. Boquet. I don't know. I'm working on my French. We learned 2 words today. What's our 2 words, girl? Merci. Merci.
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah.
We still don't know.
We're working on it.
I had to record it to remember.
Wait, did you really record it?
I did.
Merci. Merci. Avec plaisir. Avec plaisir.
Avec plaisir. What do that mean? Avec plaisir.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay. Avec plaisir. I see that they say all their words from that. You got, it's a lot. But I thought it was calling us for our reservation. So first of all, y'all, the restaurant is over here, right? And then they told us we gotta stand over here. This is the line to get in the restaurant because apparently when people stand over here next to it, the police get called. So yeah, we outside waiting. That's why my eyes is red and I'm looking cold. I gotta find this meme about light-skinned people when they get cold because I swear this is me the whole time. My face, my eyes, I am cold. So yeah. So Marla ordered the pancakes and I got the French toast. And everything was pretty good outside of these poached eggs. I mean, that was the only way they served them. And when they came out, they was a little rubbery. I ain't gonna lie to you. But everything else was good. Now we got to make a mad dash to get to the train station on time because we are running late. Late. We just making it for our train to London. We are in the Paris train station. So yeah, here we go. Our train leaves Paris at 4:12 p.m. and it'll get us to London at 5:30. It's a 2-hour and 18-minute train ride. Oh, and London is an hour behind Paris, just FYI. And our trip to London was like super last minute. We literally booked our tickets the day before. I mean, if it wasn't for Marla's friend Rupal, we wouldn't even have come. She's actually from London and told us, hey, if you come to Paris, you have to come to London because it doesn't even compare. So we about to see. We have arrived in London and it's still cold. And I'm still looking like that meme with the dog that is how light-skinned people look when they get cold. And Marla back here with this luggage. Oh, nothing. I'm just talking, saying we just arrived. That's all. Now, Rupal met us at the train station and gave us a very warm London welcome. Then we headed to the hotel. Now, y'all, let me tell you. We stayed in the Piccadilly Circus area, which is really dope. I mean, it's basically like the Times Square of London. But the hotel we stayed at, which was called the Zedwell, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. I mean, first of all, the hallways looked like we was on Squid Games. They were simply dreadful. Second of all, look at the size of these rooms. All right, y'all, so this is the first. Oh, we can't even because I don't even know what kind of room this is. I mean, it was like the size of a shoebox. Not to mention, there was no TV, no washcloths, no iron or iron board, but you could rent one for a small fee. Oh, and there were no extra pillows. Like, no, literally. I went and asked the front desk for an extra pillow, and they said there's exactly 2 per bed, and since they're all booked, they have none left to spare. I said, what in the... So me and Marla was looking at each other like, girl, I love you, but we is not staying in this room, okay? We need an upgrade, quote unquote.
You know, I am not bougie,
Ooh.
but I like nice stuff, and this ain't that.
The upgrade wasn't much better, but at least we both had our own bed. And I mean, we actually considered getting another hotel, but we were like, at this point, we was tired. We wanted to get out and explore. And we didn't plan on being in a hotel much anyway. So we just took this L and kept it moving. Which side is strong for you? Is your left side stronger than your right? Because that's going to depend on which bed you're going to roll out. All right. The only good thing is we were literally in the middle of Piccadilly Circus and in walking distance to everything. So we'll take that as a small win.
You guys eat pork?
Yeah, I eat pork.
Okay, so it's a sausage roll.
She said they're known for their sausage rolls, so we had to try it.
This is like the Times Square of London. And we have a sausage, hold on, sausage roll from Greg. Yes. Record, I'm recording, you recording. A whole mouse just almost jumped on our back. A whole mouse.
I don't do Mickey.
I don't do Mickey. We don't do Mickey and Minnie, okay? Hold on, here's our mouse right here. Y'all see it? Where's it? Child, it's over there.
And here's a better look at Piccadilly Circus. Next, we head to Trafalgar Square to get pictures with these famous lion statues. And I almost lost all my teeth in the process.
Girl, you're gonna need a foot up. You're gonna need you try it. Let me see. Here, hold on. I know, she's the athletic one.
Not really.
Come on, sis. Yeah.
Child, I lost all my Sonic coins.
I know I can't do it. We said this is what?
That's Westminster Abbey.
That's Westminster Abbey.
Where
Okay.
the cake of coffee.
Okay. We got Big Ben right here, and the London. What is this? The London Wheel or something?
It's definitely called the London Eye.
Popping.
Now we're off to dinner, one of my favorite parts of the day. So I was looking forward to eating here because it was like a Japanese and Peruvian fusion restaurant, and I love both cuisines, so this was right up my alley.
This is a yellowtail sashimi.
Now, I don't really fool with raw sushi like that, but this right here was the bomb.
You just have to eat it.
You gotta eat it. Okay.
And then some more sushi.
Some section next to it. So, excuse me, Monica. So what we're doing here is slightly.
We also had the sea bass with these purple smoked mashed potatoes and these dumplings. Chef's kiss. And that was day 4.
Well, hello from London. On this rainy morning. What would you say we fared on our first night in our little bento box hotel?
Look, we slept there. It's not ideal. However, we made it work.
Indeed.
Look, baby, next time,
Yeah, it's gonna be
Marriott.
Can't be too mad when you plan last minute.
Yes.
Now, our first stop of the morning was to get a proper, full English breakfast.
Can't come to England without getting an English muffin. And Marla has her full English buffet. Or what's it called? English. A proper. Oh, you got the baked beans. Okay. It might be good. You should give it a try. Blue? It got tomato in it, so no.
So as y'all can see, it was rainy, it was cold, and so we couldn't get out and do all the walking that we wanted to. So our next best bet was to take one of those city bus tours.
This weather is like the worst.
I wanted to see Big Ben during the day, so we stopped by there. And Marla stayed in a nearby building because she said it was too cold for all that. And you know we had to stop at Buckingham Palace.
Marla, so what are your thoughts on the Buckingham Palace?
It is really nice. Also, too, we saw one of the royal families come into the driveway. I don't know who it was, but that was an experience to see the Rolls Royce and the security guards escorting them into like Buckingham Palace. It's been an amazing experience so far.
Yes. All right.
Now it's time to get out of this rain and head over to the Dilly Hotel to see if we can't have us a traditional afternoon tea. And just a quick history. Afternoon tea was introduced in England by Anna, the 7th Duchess of Bedford in 1840. Apparently she'd get hungry around 4 o'clock, but dinner wasn't served until around 8, which left a long period of time between lunch and dinner. So the Duchess asked for a tray of tea, bread and butter, and cake be brought to her room during the late afternoon. This became a habit of hers, and she began inviting friends to join her. And there you have the afternoon tea. Now, fortunately, by the time we got there, we had just missed it. It was over at 4 p.m. and we got there at 4:30. I was really looking forward to it, so this is definitely something that's still on my list. And since we couldn't get afternoon tea, we went with our next best option. Afternoon pizza. After that, we caught up with Rupal again, and she took us over to Harrods, which is London's luxury department store. Next, we decided to stop at the Hilton to take in the views of the rooftop sky bar and enjoy a cute little cocktail before we head to dinner.
This is like Thai, or what's it called? Drunken noodles kind of similar.
Then we all had a taste for some Thai food, so you know we had to make that happen. And it was good.
All right, let's eat.
But ooh, let me tell you about the part of the night that my back was most excited about. Rupal took us to Chinatown to this place called Bubble Wrap, where we could get these bubble waffle cone situations. Oh, it was good. I got strawberries, mango syrup, and vanilla ice cream on mine.
We got our bubble waffles. I can't wait.
And that's how we spent our last night in London. Well, good morning, London. It is yet another rainy day, though we ain't too surprised. We are heading back to Paris today, but before we go, it is a must that we stop by Fortnum and Mason. Now, I had never heard of this place before, but it's like a department grocery store, if that was a thing. I mean, they specialize in teas, but that only scratches the surface. So you can purchase everything from jams, pastries, meats, cheese, wine, caviar, and even some beluga caviar at that. Now, they had some tasty looking bread and pastries and stuff, but it ain't sit well with my shana now that they had it out in the open like this, with all this breath. Anyway, it was still a really dope store. And now we board our train back to Paris. So our flight was leaving the next morning at 11:30 a.m., which was really 6:30 a.m. our time, and we landed at 4:55 p.m. Now, we knew we had a long day ahead, so we got off that train, grabbed some food, checked into the hotel, and went night-night.
You look so tired. It's been a long day.
Sir, ma'am. I mean, it's been a very long day. I don't even know what time it is right now. Honestly, we've been upside down the whole week.
So I'll give you an idea of the time frame it is in Paris. It is 11:57 p.m. in Paris.
And right now it's 5:57 p.m.
We are so screwed.
Done.
Jet lag. But we had an amazing time. I had an amazing time.
And I think the highlight of the trip, which actually I didn't think was going to be a highlight, was London. Because I didn't even have no desire to go to London.
London Bridges. Thanks to Rupa.
Thanks to Rupa. Rupa's probably super excited when she sees this.
Yes, we love Rupa. Rupa took us around. She missed the client's meeting. She took off. When I tell you, she was like our tour guide. She was so amazing.
Anyway, y'all, thanks for tuning in on Girl Let's Travel on these adventures. And yeah, it's a wrap. Bye. Bye.